Alright, so y'all probably wondering all these rumors of me quitting or losing my job, getting fired, this and that. Some of them are rumors, like on Twitter. The thing that irks me is people don't know the facts and they don't ask you what's going on, and they just assume shit, and they just assume what they assume is gonna be right and correct. So that's incorrect at the moment. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. So okay, it all started with my new manager. He came. His name was Juan. My old manager, the main manager of the store that I was working at, I don't know if she got transferred or she quit or something like that, but she just left, and they just brought this new dude. And then I saw him like two times before, and then he introduced myself. We introduced each other and shit like that. So, and then like, yeah, what's up? All right, my name is Juan. All right. And then a couple days later, maybe a week later, this dude over here trying to regulate and shit. Like, he's like, okay, hey, can you put the music down? Cause we usually play music. We usually play music on the speakers and shit. And then he's like, can you put the music down? I'm like, all right. I ain't tripping about the music. All right, it's cool. All right. Maybe it's too loud. All right, okay. So then like a couple days later, this all happened in like 2 or 3 weeks span, bro. It's just like it's gradually did happen and shit. So and then he was he started tripping about the dishes and shit, cause the people that was here before I came in on my shift, I came in at 7. So the dude that was there from 12 to 7 or 12 to 5 or 12 to 6, he fucked up. So all the dishes that he did at the end, that shit was all dirty. So he saw that shit and he assumed I did that shit, and that shit kind of got me mad. I'm like, nah, I didn't do that shit. So I'm like, nah, I didn't do that shit. And he told me, hey, you gotta rewash these. Keep in fact that on the counter, I had my shit stacked up. Dishes everywhere. And he still want me to do that shit. That was strike one. For me, bro. That was strike one. That shit got me pissed off. So then I was like, all right. Me and the homie killed that shit. And then I didn't even take my break until 3.5 hours later. And then I was out there smoking a cigarette, and then my manager comes out and he said, hey, what are you doing? We need a dishwasher in there. I told him I'm out here on my break smoking a cigarette. And I took out the trash. I took out the trash before I smoked a cigarette. So every time I go out to take my break, I take out the trash and then just smoke a cigarette real quick, maybe 5-10 minutes and shit like that, and just chill. And then bring it back, put a bag on it and everything. So I was only out there for like 2 minutes. It's crazy because the only thing that he saw is me smoking a cigarette. He didn't see the fucking trash cans out there that I emptied. And he told me, hey, go inside. We need a dishwasher. I'm like, fuck. This nigga really trying to kill my vibe. I'm like, alright. Fuck. So I went in there. And then I was still kind of mad. That was strike 2. That got me mad. This all happened in maybe a couple days span, but it still escalated. So I was out there smoking a cigarette. I went back inside, do the dishes and this and that. The homie, he brought me a towel. Keep in mind, the main manager, the Juan dude, the new dude that came in, he said we can't wipe dirty dishes with the towel anymore. You gotta rewash them if they're dirty. So it's like twice as work. So you gotta rewash them. Like you gotta rewash them if they're dirty. You gotta rewash them. You gotta rewash them. So it makes it a little bit harder for me than just me wiping a little bit of smudge on it and like that. So he said you can't do that no more. So I was like, all right. He said that I think a day before or 2 days before this happened. So okay, before my break and this all that shit happened. So like, so I went in there after smoking my cigarette. I'm like 2 minutes out there. Came in there. My homie brought me a towel. And we usually use towels to wipe down the counter, to take off all the food and just the nasty, gross shit, and just keep it clean. You know, you gotta keep your shit clean. So, he had me a towel, and at the same time, I was picking up dishes. The thing you don't know about dishwashers is, you wash the dishes, you put them in a machine, and at the end of the line, you pick them up, you put them away. So I was washing the dishes, put it through the machine, and then I was picking up at the end. The homie brought me a towel, and then at the same time my manager came in and he saw the towel and me picking up, and he assumed that I was doing that, oh yeah, clean the dishes with the towel shit, which they don't allow no more. And then he got mad. He's like, hey, you can't do that no more. I'm on like, first of all, you gonna kill my music, you gonna kill my break, and I can't do this shit. You making me doing double work. You made me do the dude prior to me, like I was here, the dude that was here before that fucked up. You making me wash his dishes that he fucked up, and I didn't even take my break until fucking, I came in at 7. I didn't even take my break until like 9:40, almost 10. And I didn't even take a full break, bro. I was out there for 2 minutes smoking a cigarette. So that shit irked me and grinded my gears. Peter Griffin. That shit just killed my vibe, bro. And after he said that shit, I got fucking mad, bro. I don't know, my anger just got the best of me. So I was like, after he said that shit, I grabbed the dishes. I'm like, bam, just threw those shits, bro. Like, fuck. I don't know why I did that shit, but I don't know, man. The anger got the best of me. So I just threw the fucking dishes, the tray with the dishes. We have a tray, and you put all the dishes on it, and I just threw the bitches on the fucking wall and shit. And he heard that shit. And then like 3 minutes later, he came and said, hey, you gotta go home. And I told him why. He's like, hey, you gotta go home. And I told him why. He's like, you gotta go home. And then he just walked away. And then one of my homies, he's a dishwasher too. He was training to be a fry cook. He just started doing dishes and shit. And he told me what happened. He's like, hey, yeah. And he said you were throwing dishes and shit like that. And he didn't like that shit. So he's like, yeah, this and that. And then after like 2 more minutes, 4 more minutes or something like that, like 5 minutes, he took me to his office, the manager. He's like, hey, so what's up? And then I told him, and then he first said what he was gonna say, and then I rebutted and shit. He's like, hey, I saw you out there outside just smoking a cigarette. And I told him it was on my break. And he's like, you can't take your break right now. Then I told him, when can I take my break? And he didn't even say shit after that. So then like, then I told him about, then he asked me about, fuck. And then what did he say? Fuck, I need some music. And then he told me, what did he say after that shit? Yeah, I was tripping about the break and shit, and then he's like, nah, you can't be out there. And I told him I was taking out the trash at the same time. And he's like, no, I didn't see that. And then I took out like 2-3 trash cans, bro. And he didn't see that. And then I was out there smoking a cigarette for 2 minutes. He called me in. And I didn't even take a full break after that. So that shit got me mad. And then I told him, I'm like, yeah, I was taking out the trash can when I was in the office. I told him I was taking out the trash can. He's like, nah, I didn't see that. I saw what I saw. Basically, he was saying, I see what I want to see, kind of shit. And then he's like, yeah. And then he was like, you were throwing dishes and shit like that. And then I told him, yeah, I got a little mad because I didn't even take my full break and shit. And he's like, yeah, but you can't take a break right now. It's busy, this and that. I'm like, bro, it's fucking 4 hours later, bro. When am I supposed to take a break after 4 hours, bro? You want me to work 8-hour shift with no break? I told him that straight up, and he's like, yeah, but you can't take your break right now. I was like, what the fuck, bro? This fool got me mad and shit. And then he was talking shit about the dishes shit. Like, oh, me throwing the dishes. He's like, you know I could fire you for that, right? And I was like, okay. So, and I was just thinking. And then he just one of the fry cooks was in the same was in the room at the same time. I don't know why he was in the same room, but he was in the same room. So, and then he's like, yeah, you and then you should go, yeah, this and that. And then I'm like, why you gotta leave? He's like, just go, bro, just go. I'm like, why? What did I do wrong? Like, I mean, I was a little angry and shit, but I was still putting in work and shit like that. I didn't even take a fucking full ass break, bro. 2 minutes smoking a cigarette after 4 hours, and then